Hi, good afternoon everybody. This is Nicholas Teo from CMC Markets here in Singapore. Firstly, thank you very much for joining us last night together with Kathy Lian at the M Hotel. It was truly a wonderful crowd and a wonderful evening, and I hope everybody has huge inspirations in terms of approaching and using some of the techniques that Kathy shared with us. Before I just begin today's communication, just wanted to reiterate a few things. We have extended our offer, as you see here on the screen, of receiving $188 if you start trading with us. There are terms and conditions obviously apply, but it's something that we urge you to speak to our sales staff at the hotline or on the hotline number and clearly be a beneficiary of this. And now Kathy's formula, or rather Kathy's key strategies that she introduced last night included using the Bollinger Bands. Specifically, she basically talked about using double Bollinger Bands with indicator settings done at a 20-day period for a 2 and a 1 standard deviation. Now this is my home screen that you see in front of you. Let's pick say the Nikkei as an example, or the N225. I'm pulling excuse me, as I'm pulling this up, let's blow it up. I've got certain indicators that I have for certain studies or default settings. Let me just remove them, and that can be easily done by just clicking on this close icon. Okay, now it's good to obviously approach this from a clear screen. At this bottom of the chart, you see a whole series of different tools that you can use. Click technicals over here, and immediately this whole series of different overlays will come. What you're looking for is the B bands, as we see here. Click it once and you've got a default setting coming up. The default is set at 20-day period for a 2 standard deviation. Confirm this by clicking this button, and immediately the Bollinger Band comes out. Remember, this is remember Kathy uses 2 Bollinger Bands, and she uses it with 1 standard deviation and the other one a 2 standard deviation. So what you have to do is just to click this once more again over here. What we had earlier was a 2 standard deviation. Change that to 1 now. Confirm it, and now you have this. You may think it's a bit messy. What we can do is we can adjust and customize the different colors to maybe show something more with greater clarity. What I like to do is I like the outer lines anyway to show a thicker, a more refined or a more defined sort of scheme, and you can do this very easily by clicking this button, and this allows you to alter and to change the different lines or the different colors that you may be suitable for you. For example, I can just change this, for example, the top line into a blue color. The bottom line, I like it to be the same also, and I like to show a thicker representation of that line. You can do this simply by clicking these buttons. Confirm it, and here you have it. So it's actually quite simple to pull up, and it's really user friendly. And it's quite versatile for you to actually adjust the different colors or the different shadings that you're looking for. Now, just to go through everything again, let me use another example. Let's choose the euro dollar, for example. Again, pull out the chart. Again, I have obviously my default settings, which I do not want in play when I look at Bollinger Bands. I'm just going to close the moving averages that I have, and here you go. Remember, look for this sign, technicals. Click it once, all the overlays come up. I mean, there are so many other different overlays that you can use from and use as an indicator for anything that you're looking for, perhaps. Again, you've got a 2 Bollinger or 2 standard deviation Bollinger Band. Confirm that, and you've got your first series of numbers. Repeat the whole thing, and this time remember using a 1 standard deviation. Confirm it, and you've got those numbers again, or you've got those lines again. Again, I can customize the different width, for example, of the lines, just to show some sort of a circumference, or rather, the borders, to allow something more distinctive. Kathy talked quite a bit about the different strategies she used, and she played or she looked out for triggers for her calls or for her longs and her shorts based on these based on the candles hitting, crossing and confirming, you know, the inner band, which is in this case the first standard deviation. I mean, she's got her T1, T2 system of approach, looking to take a first profit, or rather a first target of around 50 pips for Forex anyway, which is what we have here for euro dollar, before taking a second target at a T2 at 195 pips. Obviously she had a consistent 65 pips stop loss sort of threshold. I mean, whatever those thresholds may be for you is something that you can obviously use to your plan or to use to your advantage, but it's a tool on our charts here that allow you that flexibility to actually look out for those triggers, setups, etc, etc. It's something that you can use, play around with, and you know, happy trading, exploring also. Thank you very much for your time.